We're live.
We're live, okay.
And we're actually hoping that we won't have any copyright issues because the builders next to us, if you can hear it, are playing some wonderful music.
Yeah, it's just stopped now.
No, that's just a change of songs. So
Oh.
it'll be back. Hi.
Yeah, buenas tardes. And
Yes.
welcome back
Yes.
to our Monday Live.
Bienvenidos. Number 7. Siete.
Yes.
Yes, number 7 show.
Mm.
All right. I'm going to run over like some housekeeping stuff. Please like and subscribe and share this if you get value out of it or any of our videos. Go through to our channel. We've actually got a history of a whole heap of information, which is really helpful for anybody who wants to come to El Salvador.
Yeah.
If you want to, you know somebody who's coming to El Salvador, we've got an ebook with a whole heap of information, and the one trick to it is you're going to have to buy it with Bitcoin.
Yes.
We also do a weekly newsletter. And if you would like to be on the newsletter and get updates like the next 2 BTC meetups that are coming up, so there is the Bitcoin Beach and Mi Prima Bitcoin, which will be this Thursday. Join our newsletter so you can find out when and where. Then also join the newsletter because you will get a chance to get a 45-minute call with us, which we will draw at the end of the month from everybody who's on our newsletter list.
And so that'll be a monthly draw too.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you've got questions, you want to ask us crazy stuff about El Salvador, we'll have a one-on-one call, and the people who have done it with us in the past have had a great time. And then the end of the month is coming up really quickly, and if you want to go to Adopting BTC conference here in El Salvador, buy your tickets right away because the price goes up on Friday night. And we've actually got a 21% discount code in the description down below. So please jump in there and use it if you're going to go.
Absolutely.
That's my housekeeping. Let's get into this.
Okay.
We had a great week.
Right, let's start. So Monday, we Sunday night, of course, we ran out of gas. So Monday morning, we couldn't get our coffee. So lovely lattes, we were able to go across there and check in with them and use their stove and get some hot water for our coffee. So that was good. So it was nice check-in. Monday's definitely a work day for us. It's a catch-up on the weekend. It's a catch-up to just sort of, especially James has a lot of meetings and things that we need to do. Then I put together our Adopting BTC YouTube about the clubs around on the beachfronts. And,
So if you're coming to Adopting Bitcoin and you're wondering about what to do, I actually want to throw out Escape to El Salvador has tours before and after the conference. And like there's volcano tours and I think it was coffee tours and a tour down to La Union. So shout out to Jeremy for that.
Yep.
But if you want to do your own thing, you can come down to the beach and there's a whole heap of beach clubs and we've done a little video on that. Just to, help people, encourage people, show them what they can do here.
Absolutely. And then, of course, we had our weekly live, which we really enjoy doing. It's fun. It's fun sort of just explaining what we've been doing. We've sort of realised that actually our weeks are extremely busy, but it's good to just sort of share what we're doing in regards to moving to El Salvador and adopting BTC. Yeah. That's us. You're now number 2,
Tuesday. Okay. So we packed up the car really early. I think, did I get work done as well?
I think you did. You got up early.
I got up early, did some work, then we packed the car, and we actually took Doris with us.
We did. We picked up a passenger. It was really cool. We took Doris with us to come and check out Playa La Flores, which was beautiful.
Yes. We've done an interview with Doris, so check out our YouTube channel if you want to see more about that. And so on the way, we stopped for some bananas, we stopped for some lunch at a crazy little cafe, which looked pretty cool in this side of the road, middle of nowhere, wasn't a big town or anything. And the owner was there and she was a hoot. We had a great time having a chat to her. She was blown away. She was like, "Where are you guys from?" Yeah.
She was really, really surprised that foreigners were in El Salvador. And stopped at her coffee shop. She was She did a YouTube, a little Insta video. She put on an Insta page, so that was quite cool.
So jump on our Insta if you want to see a local Salvadoran who was blown away that these foreigners from New Zealand and Australia were in her coffee shop. It was really cool. We'll repost the photo that we've got as well. I need to put it on Twitter. So we ended up getting down to so while we were having lunch, it started to torrentially pour with rain,
and it didn't stop for 3 days.
It pretty much rained the entire trip. So
we have not seen that much rain in one go here. We were really surprised.
I'm gonna sum this up in just a moment. I'm gonna come back to the rain. But we arrived at a place called Hotel Martinez, and we've also got a great story from that, which we're going to share on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Which Hotel Martinez, and our host was Jose. He hosted the Mi Prima Bitcoin education session a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was the Monday before we went.
For local businesses, which was awesome. Like that was a really good thing for him to be doing for the local businesses and Bitcoin down there, which is awesome. We had to check out the beach because we've heard a lot of good things about the Los Flores surf beach.
Yeah.
And then we had dinner there at the hotel. And we had a great chat to Jose. And we also watched the Bukele UN speech, which was great.
It was really good.
If you haven't watched that, check out the tweets. It's in there, and I'll post it in the description after this video.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the funny thing about the rain, which I'm going to throw out there right now, is that everyone was like, "Oh, it's going to be so hot down there," or over there. And we probably had the coldest week we've ever had in El Salvador.
Yeah, we were really surprised. We're going, oh no, because I was actually looking at taking some warm clothes. And I thought, oh no, we won't need those because it's going to be really hot. We were. Yeah, we weren't cold, but we were definitely.
It was the coldest week we've had in El Salvador, and it wasn't because it's cold down there. It's because the weather front that came through just did that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now let's have a check out Wednesday. It was pretty busy. So of course we woke to the rain, and what else do you do when it's raining? You go on a road trip. So we decided to head off to La Union, and what was really cool was on the drive to La Union, there's some great little villages to stop, and we did stop off at one, which is Ntepuka, and it's really pretty little town, cobblestones, nice painted properties. Again, was quite quiet, but I think that was because of the rain. But it was just a nice stop.
It was some of the best towns we've been to have been little towns on the outskirts of places.
Yeah.
There's a lot of more pride is taken there, and I would like to compare it to if you've ever been to El Zonte and you've been to El Tunco. Like El Zonte can be a shock because it's like literal dirt roads, and then you go to El Zonte and it's paved and it's all tidy, and this is what these little towns are like. They're paved and
really
tidy. Really cool.
A lot of pride being put in, and I know El Zonte is getting work done. So it's getting fixed up. So
it's just a comparison. El Zonte still has its charm.
Absolutely. It was quite interesting. I mean, seriously, it was raining, so there was a lot of slips on the road. A lot of the what do you call those things where you drive through? Fords. Fords were quite full. Like we had Doris out walking in front of one of them just to make sure the car could get through. So there was a lot of that. We got into La Union. First impressions of La Union, James.
Wow, narrow streets, very busy, very crowded. It wasn't what I expected.
No. It was bigger than what I thought. I sort of didn't really have a real. Everyone said there was nothing there, but
there was something there.
There's something. It is quite big.
Yeah.
And as James said, the roads are quite narrow, and there seem to be a lot of cars. We went down to the waterfront. I was, really intrigued to see what the waterfront was like, and definitely the golf for Fonseca.
Fonseca.
Really wanted to check that out because I love the water. I'm a boaty person, so definitely I felt that to experience it, you would want to be on a boat. That's my personal opinion. When you were down at the waterfront, it looked a bit dirty, and I think you need to get out in the water. But that's me. And
there was a lot of rain, which makes the water brown, but Is that what you mean, like
Yeah.
dirty when you say
Yeah.
dirty, or do you mean the other rubbish?
Yeah,
that
there's a lot
was-
of rubbish, and
Yeah.
it's just, I think you need to get out on the
Yeah.
water and check the islands out and things like that. And I think it would be amazing.
Yeah.
I really do. But we had a really lovely lunch down there on the waterfront, and
Yes.
we've got to the sort of like there's a square, obviously central place in La Union, and that was
Yeah.
quite nice to see that. And it did actually stop raining for a bit there, so
Yes,
which was really, really
it did.
cool. Yeah. And then after we had lunch, we thought, why not go up? I've got all the Spanish words here. This is great. Conchagua. So we decided to go up Conchagua Mountain or volcano. And we don't have a four-wheel drive. And so James was very good.
But I've got snow tires on the back.
He's got snow tires. So we did go up as far as we could get. Again, it was quite cool. The road was actually not too bad. It was a little bit steep. But then once we got to the cobblestone roads, were more like compacted rocks than cobblestones, to be honest.
Oh no, we had concrete, cobblestones, and then we had river stones that were
compacted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when I got a little bit nervous and sort of said, I think I've had enough. And because the rain had set in again, we weren't going to be able to see much. So we went down and we got to a viewing platform, which was great, and we saw the Gulf, and that was really beautiful to actually stop and do that.
It got really steep going up there, and it's recommended that if you want to get to the top, you either take a tour or you need a four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But we stopped at a viewing platform about halfway,
Yeah.
and it enabled us to see. And it's beautiful from up there.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really pretty
Yeah.
to sort of see the whole Gulf there. And, Nicaragua and Honduras, it's just like they're so close. And I think that was quite cool to see that.
Yeah.
Then we decided, okay, that's as far as we go. So we had to get back because it was only a day trip. On the way back, we stopped off at La Tortuga.
Tongue twister for you.
Yep.
Yep.
Verde, the turtle sanctuary.
Yes.
And we wanted to have a quick explore because I had heard that they do a releasing of the baby turtles. So we just had a quick look around. We weren't going to stop, but we just wanted to quickly check to see what it was like. Looks like an amazing place, and that could be a day that we talked about. Got back to Hotel Martinis and decided to hit the beach and go for a good walk along the beach, what we did. And then we enjoyed another nice meal at Hotel Martinis.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was Wednesday, so it was big. Right, Thursday.
Cool beans.
Scroll up a bit, sorry.
All right, so again, it was raining, unfortunately. As I mentioned, the coldest the coldest week we've had in El Salvador, and the hottest place in El Salvador.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we had organized. After talking to Jose, we had actually realized he had a great story that we wanted to share. So we sat down and we organized an interview with him, and so we've done that, and we're going to be releasing that in a week or two.
Yeah.
We then went to El Cuco, which is the closest local beach town to Los Flores beach, where we were staying. So Playa Los Flores, and then there's El Cuco. You can literally walk there, but it wasn't a good set of stairs to get from the beach to the township.
Yeah.
Anyway, we met a Salvadoran who's returned from the States, and he set up a little business there, and he's doing a little restaurant. He's got his big Aceptamos Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, well, we're going to have to eat here at some stage.
Yep.
So that was good. Was this the day? It was the next day.
No, it was the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we also went back to La Tortuga Verde, which is the green tortoise, the green turtle.
The green turtle.
We had a turtle and a tortoise experience.
We did. We forgot about that one.
To release baby turtles. So what they do is, because a lot of people actually, and we saw this, we stayed to find out, but people actually go up and down the beach to literally try and harvest the turtle eggs on sale to restaurants and other places. It's a delicacy that a lot of people want to eat, or if you've just got hungry people, they're going to eat them for high protein. So what these guys do is they capture some of the eggs, or they re-dig up some of the eggs from the birthing process, and then they rebury them in a little sanctuary area that they keep protected, and they wait for the turtles to hatch in the next 45 days.
Yeah. And it was cool.
It was a great experience.
Yeah, so we had a whole lot of little baby turtles to release into the water. And that was just a great experience too.
It was very cool. Yeah.
to do that.
We're going to share a video on that.
Yeah, and they've got rescue pelicans as well. So there's 3 pelicans that sort of waddle around, obviously with broken wings and things, but they're sort of obviously the family, part of the family.
There's a lot of character.
Yeah, and then there's also these other little, they've set up this little sanctuary place where the birds can come and sit and they're not going to get bothered, and they seem to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so the birds have their own like seating area amongst the human seating area.
Yeah.
And they know it's their area, and they chill and they sort of look at you like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Yeah.
It was a great experience.
It was.
And so we decided they were having a happy hour, and we decided to stick around for 2-for-1 cocktails.
Yes.
And so we had 2-for-1 cocktails, and we also had a meal there.
We did.
Which was really good. And we hung out and chatted to a gentleman who had travelled down from California, I think.
Yes, and he'd been there for 2 days, and
just hanging out. And one thing I want to say about that is, if you're interested in going to this place, they actually offer a work. We call it woofing in New Zealand, which is basically where you work for your stay. So this little sanctuary, they have a work for stay arrangement, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, so gorgeous to be able to help the turtles. Yeah. It was really
it's quite a big resort. It was really cool. On a beautiful beach, long white beach.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that takes us to Friday. And what was Friday, James? What was Friday?
Nicki's birthday. Did I get that one?
Yeah, you did. So my birthday Friday morning. So that was really cool. So it was, what do we do today? And of course it was raining again. So we decided to do another road trip. So this time we talked about getting a boat to Punta Mango because we really wanted to go and check out Punta Mango. But with all the rain, it kind of didn't feel like a great idea, partly because the boat guy was going to take us to Punta Mango, leave us here on the beach for 4 hours, and then come back and pick us up. And when it's wet, I mean, there's not a heck of a lot you can do. So we decided to try and drive. Yeah,
the boat guy didn't really sell it to us. He's like, it's a rocky beach, and it's only good if you want to be a surfer. And we were like, we didn't know what to expect when we got there.
And we have since heard it's not a rocky beach, but obviously he didn't want to take us, maybe.
Which meant that he possibly had the wrong location in mind. But anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, so we did, and of course we got partway there, and it was very clay wet roading, and they were doing works on it, and it was really slippery, and we decided to turn back and not do that.
So upgrade. So I just want to throw out there about the roads. We had a great road trip down to Los Flores, which was basically the very end of the sealed road. And then after that, they've already started work on upgrading the road to Punta Mango.
Yeah, so this is a part of the Surf City too. And they're actually going to be putting a lit up cycleway all that way too, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be really, really great. Yeah. So then we decided to turn back, and we went to Playa El Tamarindo. And now I'd also seen this because, of course, I had my wingboard on the car, wanting to try and hopefully find somewhere I could go winging. Of course, with the rain, there was no real wind, so I wasn't going to be able to do it anyway. But it was really good to go and explore these places to see how easy it was going to be to get me out on the water. Playa El Tamarindo, you've got an estuary on one side, sort of thing, and then you've got the seawater on the other, and then you've got the mainland. And the estuary, my big concern, and someone might be able to help us here, is I have a fear of crocodiles, and I don't know, and I sort of hear that there may be a few crocodiles in the water, and when you've got mangroves and estuaries, that's sort of puts me off a little bit, even though there could have been a good breeze on that water and be flat, so that would be quite neat. But but driving in, my gosh, we saw some of the best roading and paving
we've seen in all of El Salvador.
I know you guys go, what are you guys talking about? But seriously, we were blown away by the amount of money that seems to be put in on this roading.
Yeah, there's one stretch of road entering the town. It blew me away. The quality, the paint, it was insane.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, it's silly. So, and then on the way back from there, we went back to El Cuco for lunch. But on the way back, we found a tortoise walking along the road, and so that was quite hilarious.
Yeah.
So it was just in the guttering along the road, and so James decided to pick it up and put it in the paddock. So it wasn't on the road. Yeah.
I thought he was better in a paddock than on the road.
Yeah.
So there was turtles and tortoises.
Yeah.
So it was quite cool.
Yeah.
One has fins and one has feet.
Yep.
There you go.
And then in El Cuco, we went to a Pedro's cafe or restaurant that he does, and it's a grill, and we had a good lunch there with him.
We had a gringo. You and I had a gringa.
Yeah.
We had Mexican gringas.
Yeah, and Doris had a meat of some sort.
Yeah, she had grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken. Yeah.
Forget the name of it. Something pollo.
Yeah,
pollo.
And we paid with Bitcoin, so that was good. We did a really good video on that, and he's just so. I know he's come from Miami, but he was from Salvador and left a few years back. He's come back. He's set himself a business. He's accepting Bitcoin, and he's just really taking this on. And it was really good to see.
He was lovely, dude. Yeah. So if you do go to El Cuco, pop in, go to the main beach town, like the main strip, straight down to the beach.
Yep.
And you'll see his big acceptamos Bitcoin sign on the right hand side as you're walking towards the beach.
Yeah, it's really good. Then we got back to Playa Las Flores and Hotel Martinez, and we went for a swim. And my gosh, the water is amazing there. It's so good, and it's sandy, and it was just a great. Yeah, we were in there for ages. It was really neat, and you've got the break there, the point break. Point break.
Yep.
And so you got heaps of surfers in one corner, but then you've got the beach to swim, and it's just it's stunning. It was beautiful. We then we had been recommended on Playa Las Flores. There's a little bamboo shack thing, and there's an amazing chef there who apparently cooks the best fish in El Salvador. We had planned to go there for dinner, for my birthday dinner. Unfortunately, he wasn't open.
No.
So that was a bit disappointing.
Yeah,
but,
Friday night, the busiest night, and he was shut.
Yeah, but we ended up going to La Cartamina.
So one of the funny things that we have had about El Salvador is that you never know what is down a road.
Yeah.
And this area was one of those areas where as you drive along the main highway, you wouldn't know that there's these resorts in behind a lot of walls or patches of bush. And this place was just littered with surf hotels and surf hostels. And so we went and checked a few of them out, just walking along and let ourselves in and say hi. And one of them was this particular restaurant, which was awesome. We had a great meal there.
We had a beautiful meal there. And it was, all the surfers came in after they'd been on the water, and there's a big place for them to store their boards, and they've got their own rooms. And it's just this huge, big open place where they can all chill, catch up. There's hammocks. It was really lovely. It was a great place. And the food, again, was beautiful there. We really, really enjoyed it.
It actually, one of the things that we really noticed about being down there was the lack of dudes with shotguns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, it's very common for restaurants and shops and places that you live to have a guy with a shotgun. But down there, it was very rare. We maybe saw one guy in town, two guys in town maybe. Otherwise, it was quite a different vibe.
Yeah, definitely. And we tipped the waiters with lightning. So that was good. So we did that, and that was fun.
Yeah.
So, but it was a beautiful birthday. I felt very spoiled, and it was just gorgeous. Yeah.
Had a great time.
So that was Saturday.
That was Saturday.
No, that was Friday. So now you're on Saturday.
So Saturday morning, this was our day to head home. So we got up and we had our final breakfast. So our stay at Hotel Martinez came with a great breakfast. It was either fresh fruit or basically eggs.
Yeah.
Done multiple ways.
Yeah, with the plantanos.
Yeah, plantanos.
Fried plantanos and beans.
And Nicki got a surprise plate of pancakes for her birthday. So thank you, Jose. He does. His chef is working on desserts, which is pretty cool. We saw a couple of them. The sun was out, so this is the first.
I know the first day. Yeah, the sun came out.
Yeah. So we went down to the beach and had a walk in the hot, warm sun, which was great. Then we packed up the car and we went up to San Miguel. And we basically went into the city centre. They've got a big cathedral there. Took a look, wandered around. There was actually a very heavy armed presence by the
military.
Yeah, by the military.
Yeah, it was. The cathedral there is beautiful. The stained glass in there is just stunning. It actually, it was really, really
It was
pretty.
very good. Well, and that'll be in one of our upcoming videos about our trip. But it was lovely. And so we also stayed for lunch up there, and we had a Salvadoran buffet style.
Yes, first Salvadorian buffet we've done.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like it was, and the food was actually really good. Yeah, we were quite surprised at what we got. It was awesome. And we actually stopped at the cafe on the way home.
Yes.
That we stopped on the way in. And it was funny because it started pouring with rain when we stopped at the cafe again.
Oh.
I just don't know. So the owner wasn't there this time.
No.
So the atmosphere was a little bit different, but we had a good coffee. And what did we eat?
We didn't eat.
We didn't eat anything.
No, we just had a coffee, and
I
think we needed a wake up
coffee for James. And then we got home and we unpacked. We had a quick catch up with all of our neighbours. Everyone was happy to and wanted to hear about our trip, which was awesome. Thanks, guys. And we headed to El Tunco for dinner because we didn't want to cook.
We sort of hadn't got any fresh veggies and stuff.
No.
So,
and we went to the Tunco Visas Pizzeria. Now, if you haven't been there, we've tried to go there several times, but they've either been busy or they've been closed for a private function. And they do a great thin-based pizza, and they accept Bitcoin.
Yeah, the pizzas are beautiful.
Yeah. So if you want a good place to go in El Tunco for pizza and a beer and pay with Bitcoin, Visas Pizzeria. Yeah, it's very good. All right, and that was our Saturday. So Sunday, last day of the week.
Last day of the week.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got up, and James got up early, I think, and was into work and catching up on everything that he hadn't been able to do. So so he got into that.
I did a little bit while away, but a lot of stuff had to happen.
And then for the first time, we got a bit of a sea breeze. And so we went down to the beach to check out what was going on, and it was quite good.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a bit of so we thought, right, well, James suggested, let's get the foil board out and the wing.
Because we drove Nicki's kite gear all the way down along the east coast and all the way home without using it.
And so we went down to San Blas Beach, and it was the wind was really good. The only thing is the waves are so big, and I'm just a little bit nervous about getting over that with the foil. So we thought, well, we'll just take the wing out, and we just played with the wing in the surf, and just on the shore, and that was quite fun. Just getting back into sort of moving, just feeling the wind in the wing in the water, and even though we're not on the board, it was still quite fun to get out on the beach and do that. So that was good. We have a waiter down there, Giovanni, and we had recently talked to him about getting the Bitcoin beach wallet, and he came up to us and told us that he had got the Bitcoin.
I've got it, guys! I've got it.
And so that was really exciting, and so James had a bit of a chat to him about that.
So good. So now we can tip him. So anyone who knows where we are, you can start asking some of the waiters if they accept Bitcoin for a tip. So that's really cool. Yeah, because Giovanni will educate the others now. Yeah.
And then when he left and we'd packed everything up, another woman came up to chat to us. And that was really gorgeous. And her and her husband follow us. She lives in America or United States. And she was down and she's building a house in the same gated community as we're in. So she's just come for a couple of weeks to get that sorted. But she wants to actually be based here for 8 months of the year and then go back to the United States for the other 4 months if possible. And she really wants to learn about Bitcoin. She really wants to help the communities here. And it was really neat. So we're going to catch up with her before she heads away and just see her. But it was just really lovely. Her popping over to us and just to say hi and that she sees us and knows us and
It was awesome to have a Salvadoran who's been watching us from afar come back and say, I'm here, I was inspired, I love what's happening in the country, and then seeing you guys, and I really wanted to say hi, and it was awesome. I mean, she's been, like a lot of Salvadorans, they've been watching stuff well before they got to us, because the Bukele government coming in has been doing a lot of changes for the last few years. And it's got a lot of people's attention. And I think when they see people like us who have come, I think they feel braver to also come, which is good.
Absolutely. And then we pretty much cleaned up around the house, and that was our Sunday. But it was an incredible birthday week for me. It was really fun. Oh, I did at some point, which I missed, I did talk to my family in New Zealand. So, I had to have that. So that was on my birthday.
Actually, we Nicki had a call with her they're all ladies, so she had a sister, like a ladies catch up
with my sisters and my mum, and so that was really neat.
And a margarita.
And I had a margarita while they were in. It's obviously morning, so they didn't, but I had a margarita for my birthday and celebrated with my family. And then I did actually get to talk to my son. It was quite funny because my son was born the day after I was, so in New Zealand it was his birthday when it was my birthday. So that makes sense. So in El Salvador, it was my birthday and it was his birthday in New Zealand. So we got to have a catch up. And then my other son was waiting till his kids were there. And so I got to talk to them yesterday, and that was really good. Catch up with them. So it was huge, but it was a wonderful, really, really cool birthday week. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. It was a good time. And thanks to Nicki for organising it and getting us out, because I just wouldn't get out enough if Nicki wasn't here helping me out.
Nice.
So this call's gone a lot longer than normal, and that is because it was such a big week with the trip to La Union along the East Coast, and we wanted to share everything we did with Bitcoin Beach.
And it was just beautiful to explore more of El Salvador. Seriously, if you haven't been down to Playa Las Flores or Punta Mango or that strip down there, it's stunning. I mean, it's taken my heart down that area. It is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know I said the word Bitcoin Beach there, and that's because it's on my mind. We mentioned that we tried to go to Punta Mango, where Bitcoin Beach and Hope House have actually just gone and set up a new Hope House. And so the last update we had read was at the end of May, where they'd broken ground. And today, Mike from Bitcoin Beach posted, "Oh, hey, we're almost finished, and we're going to be open in November," which is amazing. That's a really quick build.
And how amazing is that going to be for the community in that area? It's going to be amazing.
So a lot's happening down there. The roads are going in. People are upgrading their facilities down there. Bitcoin is being adopted. It is a very nice area. It has a different vibe. It's not like other it's like anywhere in the world. Different areas have different vibes, but we really enjoyed the vibe down there.
It is. It's beautiful.
So do you have a tip for?
Oh no, you're gonna have to do your one, because I'm gonna have to think.
He's gonna have to think real quick. So I've actually, funnily enough, I didn't mean to. Bit refill is something that I've actually gone and posted about a lot in this past week. The reason being is we honestly do use it a lot, and it was funny because while we were driving, Doris had a lot of time to ask a lot of questions, and she finally understood the concept of hodl versus spending, where you can hodl your Bitcoin still and you can spend, but it was actually the importance of spending to support the Bitcoin network. Because if you want Bitcoin to win, basically the network needs to have money velocity. It needs to have traction and liquidity stuck in the network, showing that the value is locked and being used. So do support Bitcoin businesses, not just I don't know what I'm going to say there, but like lots of little lightning businesses, basically. It helps.
Absolutely. And what I was going to say, what I was going to say is, since traveling to Playa Las Flores and coming back, we've talked to a lot of people, and they said, "Oh, we haven't been down there." And I suppose I get a surprise when I think it's not that far. But of course, when you realise that it's only now, since what President Bukele has been doing and creating it safer, people are now able to travel those distances and to travel between La Libertad and the San Miguel unions. And I think that's a big thing is the fact that not many people have had the opportunity to travel, but more people are now feeling a little bit more freer to be able to do it. And if you get the opportunity to go down there, seriously go down and check it out. I think that's the thing is, there's so many little accommodation hotels and boutique places down there that's beautiful.
Yes. Thank you for the 100 sats tip. I've actually contacted Bitcoin Beach about, you may notice that it doesn't seem like it's updating live, and I've sent them a message, and that's why I'm refreshing it a lot today, because I want that to be live and working. So thank you for the 100 sats tip, whoever you are.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
it. Thank you all for your support, and please, as James said, please subscribe to our channel. We're putting a lot out. We've got a lot sitting on that computer that now needs to I need to put together to get out, and that's good.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have an awesome week. Go support a lightning business.
Absolutely.
And just enjoy the fruit of El Salvador.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.